Hi everyone, this is going to be a reading for those of you in no contact, or if you're in a very hot and cold situation. I am going to be looking into things like time frames. I'm going to be looking into things that they would want to say to you, what they are thinking, feeling, what they are going to do, whether this is a workable situation, and just everything that I can see. So it's going to be quite a comprehensive, in-depth reading for the no contact situation, and we will have a look. This is for all star signs, so if you are here, I feel like it's a sign, it's a sign in itself that there can be some messages for you. And I also wanted to mention a few other things as well, like if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below, since I do giveaways every single month. There's also the private services I offer, like tarot readings, there's rituals to manifest different areas of your life, there's also black magic energy removal as well as healing work, and also on my website shopmoonlightguidance.com there are intention manifesting items which thousands of people have seen results with for various areas of their life to help them, even with things like no contact as well. There are no contact items, there's love items, twin flame, soulmate, also success, wealth, protection items, happiness, healing, you name it, it's there. So everything is there, but there's, bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards, candles, sage bundles, things you can put under your pillow, in your wallet, your purse, etc. So yeah, it's really special. It's all there. Okay, so let's have a look and see what I can pick up on in regards to this no contact situation. Like I mentioned, we will have a look into time frames, and let's just see, first of all, what is really truly happening here. All right. Situation isn't over. It's very obvious for me to see this here. In fact, if any of you can read upside down, I'm pretty sure you'll see it as well. I know you. I know you'll try and pick up on it, and that's very smart. You want to kind of gauge it yourself, and I think that's a very smart thing to do, and a good thing to do. Never ever distrust your own intuition in things. So what I see here is that they're taking time to pause and reflect. They're taking time to get themselves together in a place where they feel at alignment emotionally within themselves. They've been feeling super overwhelmed, super stressed out, super frustrated with a lot of things happening, and it's just been a lot for them in so many ways. It's been challenging, and you can't really, I guess in many ways, right, you can't really blame them for, I guess in so many ways, having felt this way, or feeling this way, where they feel quite overwhelmed and quite stressed out with a lot of things going on. So ultimately, what I am picking up on is that there is a very, very strong and very powerful energy here of them trying to really, love themselves, put themselves first, take care of themselves, because they feel like they essentially want to give you, enough, and they want to make sure that they can be there for you like how you are there for them. They want to make sure that things are equal and mutual, and that they aren't just giving you 20% when you deserve 100%. They don't want to do that to you. And they have, fears, they have worries, they have stresses, they have things that they don't feel so happy with. So they're trying to get themselves into an alignment where they feel happy within themselves. They feel content. They do keep an eye on you. Okay, so some of you may know each other. Some of you may, you may, work together, things like that. But for a lot of you, when I say it's no contact, it's like you literally have no idea what they could be doing, So there's a sense here very much so of them keeping up on your social media, anonymous accounts, trying to ask people what you're up to, things like that. They still keep an eye on you, and they still try to figure out, what are you doing? Who are you seeing? Who are you around? Where are you? Who are you hanging out with? They still try to keep up with some of these details and try to figure out what you're doing. So I think one thing for sure is that they haven't given up on this connection, and neither do they want to. They're just trying to pause and reflect and get themselves together. They're trying to come into alignment with themselves so that things can be mutual, so that they can give you okay, as much as you would give to them. They want to also practice self-love, because I think they've done a lot of research lately and found that, you know, as much love as you have within yourselves, like that's what you would, you know, give out into the world. And they want to feel love, they want to feel happiness, they don't want to feel trapped and sad. Not that you've made them feel trapped, but I feel like past relationships, past connections, childhood trauma, that's made them feel very trapped. And that's actually the reason why things went south between the two of you, is not because of you, it's because of their past experiences, which have created and generated and become such a catalyst for a lot of the fear that they felt, that things went the opposite direction, that things, you know, just completely went the wrong direction. And it's been so overwhelming for them, so frustrating for them. It's not your fault. Please don't blame yourself. Please don't. Please don't. I feel like so many of you are thinking, but Moonlight, if I had just done this one thing, things would have happened. Things would not have gone this way. No, no. No, no. You know why I'm saying no? It takes two people to work on a relationship, not just you. Not just you. They should have thought as well how things would make you feel. They should have maybe done a bit more. It's not your fault. And that's a strong affirmation. I think I mentioned this exact affirmation in another video as well, so I'm sorry if it's repetitive, but it's a really strong affirmation and I have to mention it. So say to yourself, it's not my fault. Please don't blame yourself. Sorry, because there's a storm happening outside, one of the doors in the room, I think it's the bathroom door, is just banging a little bit. I can hear it in the background, so I'm just going to quickly go and run and just kind of open it out a bit, otherwise it's going to drive me insane for the rest of the reading. Sorry, I do apologise. 1 second. You might even hear it actually in the background, but I have to... Alright. Things like this happen, you know, from time to time, but I can't remember the last time I ever had to get up to open up a door. It's because when there's a draft, obviously, you know, and if the door is kind of like a tiny bit closed but still open, that just happens. You know, that actually reminds me of your situation here, where some of you feel like the door is kind of open, but it's also not. So I just want to say here that the door is absolutely open. It is. It is. Because why else would they be waiting and watching? Why else would they be pausing and reflecting? Yeah, if they're hot and cold with you, but they're still around, they still care. It's just they're trying to get themselves together. Their main priority here is that they want to get themselves together, okay? And then they'll come to you a lot more. So we've got here, clear the air. So the two of you will clear the air. Communication will happen. Okay, and saging your space can be very powerful. I also sell sage. I sell sage also on the website as well, specifically for love and, you know, exes or no contact, you know, situations, because there's an ex, I think there is an ex sage as well on the website, but yes, there's lots of items on there, even items for like reconciliation, exes and things like that. If you're interested, it's all linked down below. But saging your space is great because it can help to purify your own energy. And actually, when you work on yourself and you purify your own energy and you know, work on yourself and you create that detachment energy, what actually happens is that your person here can actually pick up on your energy, and that can trigger them to also work on themselves, because that becomes uncomfortable for them. They then want to progress towards you. They can feel a loss of your energies. Whereas when you're always there for them, you're always kind of just looming around and thinking of them 24/7, that spiritual space isn't there for them. So that's really interesting. Okay, we've got here short-term results. Now that's really interesting. I need more information on their short-term results. Stay the course. Okay. If the two of you had kept going the way that you did, it would be a short-term result. I feel like this no contact situation had to happen so that the long term could then arise. And so that's a very important aspect. You might think to yourself, oh, why did this happen? Why did this happen? It happened so that actually you could have a long-term connection for the future. And so that essentially what happens now is short-term, but then you can stay the course for the entire connection. And there can be a longer road between the two of you, because otherwise the entire connection could have been short term and the person would be, would be gone and just doing their own thing. So actually there's a lot of lessons they have to learn here, things to do with past childhood trauma, past relationships, healing from all of that. They will come to you and clear the air. They will come to you and be much more proactive and progressive in terms of what they need to say to you, what they need to do towards you, and how they need to treat you. They will come to you. Okay, this is very, very important. You don't need to be the one to do everything. That's really, really significant. You really don't need to be the one to do it all, okay? Got a lot of different cards I want to use here, so they still care, okay? They still care. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This is very important. Take care of yourself, put yourself first, create that detachment. Otherwise, okay, the more attached you are and the more this is the only person you can think of, what actually happens is that the attachment can slow things down. It can be the only thing that you then really care about, and then what happens with that is it starts to affect your emotional energy, and they can then pick up on your emotional energy and just kind of, stay back a little bit more, and it can delay things that were naturally supposed to happen quicker for you. So I'm not saying that things won't happen, I'm just saying that the more detached you are, the better it is for the entire situation as a whole. So love yourself first, put yourself first, and no contact situation is exactly that. During this time, you should be loving yourself, you should be taking care of yourself, you also should be healing yourself. This is also what they're trying to do for themselves, right? So what's really important is that that parallel sort of energy happens, otherwise you'll become codependent on them. That's not really something they find very attractive, so I think that's also important. Love yourself first. It says here, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Love yourself first, okay? Make the effort to take care of yourself, to put yourself first, to look after yourself during this time. Very, very important here. Message from the spirit guides. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. What did I say? This no contact situation is a short-term thing, okay? Stay the course actually means that essentially once this no contact situation comes to a close, both of you will have healed. You will have a lot of self-love. You will be both in your own individual vibrational alignments, which will allow both of you to give to your fullest and your strongest capacity, which will actually allow the connection to be 10 times stronger than it would have been. Okay, so I think that's really important here, is that I do believe that there can be a long-term connection that unfolds between both of you, which, by the way, is something I did mention before as well, to be honest, didn't I, when we were doing the reading, that this is something that can last. We've got here forgiving and learning. As you heal and as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Again, very important to be able to release from the past. That's what they're trying to do. Make sure you're also trying to do the same by taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, healing from the pain that perhaps they've caused you, or any pain you feel you've caused yourself. Forgiving yourself for feeling like it was all your fault, forgiving yourself for feeling the way that you did, and you might be thinking to yourself, I wish I didn't feel this way. Forgive yourself. I think that's really important, because then you'll experience more love in not only now but also in the future as well. I think that's very important. Then we've got here as well, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. True. Don't give up, okay, on yourself. Don't give up on what you've got to do right now. Don't give up on the fact that love is going to happen for you. It's not going to disappear and just not be there. Does that make sense? It's going to be there. It's going to be there. This person is much more focused right now on their own life. Make sure that you are also taking those steps towards yourself, to put yourself first and to look after yourself right now in your life. I think that's very, very important. So there are two cards that just sort of flipped over. Okay, there is one here which is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Okay, so that's what will happen. The two of you will get to know each other even further as time goes by. What's really interesting is that actually what's going to happen, okay, in time, is that, sorry, this was a card that was underneath this one, is that once the no contact situation comes to a close, okay, and I'll explain all of that as well as we go through the rest of the cards that I'll get out. What's going to happen is that you'll get to know each other on an even deeper level, to the point where you'll think to yourself, wow, I actually never knew this person to begin with. And that's going to be really exciting, because you'll get to know them again, and you'll get to know them to an even deeper level, and that's going to be even more satisfying. It's not going to be surface level, it's going to be like even stronger. And this is the card that came out underneath that one. It's your last sort of card from this deck, and that is reconciliation. Reconciliation. It's something we spoke about before as well, but someone from your past is returning to your life. So is this no contact situation something that can manifest into something? The answer to that is a very strong yes. A very strong yes. And also my phone keeps going off. It's like all the way on the other side, but I can keep hearing it buzzing, and to be honest, it never goes off this much. I don't know if there's like, you know, something I need to be aware of or anything. Okay, good. Okay, so you know, sometimes you kind of think like, oh my gosh, you know, it doesn't go off that often, like what if there's like an emergency or something, you know, but I didn't think there was, but I just quickly had a little glance at it, and no, it's not, it's just clients. Also, actually, do you know what, the phone buzzing as well, I feel like that does show here that actually they will reach out to you. And it also can happen in such an unexpected way where you think to yourself, it must be something else, and then it's actually them, and it just takes you by surprise. So I believe here, okay, that they will come to you, they will want to reconcile with you. Once they feel stronger and happier within themselves, they will come to you, but make sure you work on yourself. Make sure you also take that effort towards yourself as well. I think that's really important and very significant, you know. Otherwise, when they come to you, you may have trust issues. You may not be able to trust them. You may not feel happy. You might, you know, you may not feel good within yourself. And obviously, you don't want to feel that way. No, you don't want to feel that way. I know you don't want to feel that way. Okay, so let's go with the love notes. Now, what's really interesting is that this deck here actually does have time frames, but none of the time frame cards came out. So I'm going to look into tarot, okay, for the time frames. Hold on a second. There's a card on my table that just does not want to come off my table. Look. This one does not want to leave the table, and I just grabbed the whole deck. It's just like stuck. Okay. Right, we'll take it. I'm facing my darkness right now, and that's quite obvious, okay, because they are having difficulties, feeling a lot of challenge right now, feeling quite stressed out, not really in the right place mentally and emotionally to really do as much right now. We'll look into the time frames in just a bit. Let's go with these. I'll come back to you when I'm ready. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. We have got so many cards which showcase the fact that they're going to come to you. So despite the fact this is a no contact situation, they will reach out, they will come to you, they will contact you unexpectedly, and they will want to reconcile with you. They will want to get back with you. They will want to progress things with you. They will want to, you know, stay the course with you as well. This no contact situation is a short-term thing. Short-term, okay? So you might be feeling a lot of pain, a lot of sadness right now, but this is short-term pain and sadness. But of course, you want to, you know, heal that aspect. We need time to heal and grow on our own first, which is pretty much what I've mentioned here, okay? Yep, I'm not going to repeat the same message again, but wow, all of the cards, they are in absolute synchronicity with each other. And I think when that happens, you know that it is a strong, strong reading. So of course, you know, if this resonates with you at any point, please like the video. And also do comment down below as well, you know, how you feel about it. And the affirmation for this reading is, they will come to me. Anytime you feel upset, anytime you feel sad, you're crying, you're annoyed, you're hurt, you're heartbroken, look in the mirror, or just, you know, say to yourself, you don't even have to look in the mirror to be honest, you know, they will come to me. Comment it down below. It's a great affirmation. They will come to me, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Okay, they will come to me. Well, because they will. They will literally come back to you. That's what we see, right? You are worthy of so much more than what I can give. Yes, right now they don't feel like they can give you so much. Remember what I mentioned? They don't want to give you 20% when they know you deserve 100%. That's why they're working actively on themselves as well. They also want to feel good within themselves too as well, you know. I still secretly long for you. Ay caramba. Yes, they do. You know why? Because they still try and keep up with what you're doing. They still pause and reflect. They're not, I mean, yes, they do suppress, okay, but not to the point where they pretend you don't even exist, where you're out of sight, out of mind. They don't do that, okay? Out of sight, out of mind doesn't work for them, because the universe also gives them so many synchronicities where they could be doing something and suddenly, you know, something pops up which reminds them of you. Yeah, it happens. That literally does happen for them. Okay, this will be the last one from this deck, and then I promise I will do the time frames. Okay. I still check up on your social media. You are my favorite obsession. You cannot make this up. You guys, the readings that I am doing these days are some of the best readings I've done on my channel. I'm telling you, there's so many synchronicities happening between all the readings that I'm doing, and I'm not just saying this to like boost up my ego as a tarot reader or anything like that. I mean, you can see it. You can probably feel it, that everything we saw with the cards, starting from this deck to then going to this deck, then going here to like these cards, everything, all of these things I actually mentioned without these actual words coming through on these particular cards. You know, that's just amazing. And it's just great because at least you get that sort of double clarity, triple clarity as to what I'm saying is actually what's in the reading. So they still long for you. They still check up on your, social media. They try and figure out what you're up to and what you're doing. You are not out of sight, out of mind at all. Okay. Time frame time. It is time frame time. Full means that it's going to happen this year. Okay. I will get more specific than that. I know that's probably like the most vague thing I could say. It's going to happen this year. But no, it is going to happen this year. The Fool represents sort of the year of sort of a cycle and this opening where they will come to you. They want to progress towards you. We've got here the Six of Cups. Okay, so it's going to happen within 6 months from when you're watching this reading. 6 months from when you're watching this reading. Not from when it's posted, but from when it's watched. And also, they're going to come to you with a gift. It could be flowers, it could be some conversation, it could be a letter. They're going to come to you with something that can be seen as romantic, sentimental, full of sort of understanding, and then wanting to allow the connection to bloom and growth without killing it, okay? So they won't come to you and be like, oh, we should go our separate ways. No, that they're going to want to bloom and grow it, not kill it. And also what we have here as well is the Fool is holding a flower as well. I would not be surprised if there is an energy here of flowers or a flower print. Maybe they're wearing something with flowers on it, but there's something about flowers. They could be most likely gifting you flowers, or you go to a garden. There's something about flowers. Okay, anyways. Or you go to a restaurant and there's flowers on the table, or yeah. I'm going to stop saying the word flowers now. You're going to be like, Moonlight, what's with you and your flowers? I mean, I don't know, there's just flowers everywhere. There's flowers on the back of these cards, there's roses here as well. You know, it's a very flowery energy. I'm just looking at my cards and there's like loads of flowers on a lot of the other cards that are sitting on my table as well. I'm not making that up actually either. Look, okay, quite literally, like, flowers and things like that. All right. Oh, my ring is also a flower. Ace of Wands, okay, this year, because that's what the ace represents as well, like, this year. And Page of Wands. They will come to you. And again, you've got another 6 as well. Okay, so it's going to happen within 6 months. I know that's a really vague time frame, but actually it's not really, because 6 months is what's going to happen for the general collective that is watching this reading. Remember, there's going to be at least more than 10 people watching this reading. So obviously, it's going to vary from person to person. But I see here, like, the maximum time frame is 6 months from now. If you wanted an extremely in-depth time frame for your scenario and your situation, I would highly recommend a personal reading where we look just into your situation and what's going on, which can be purchased on my website. It's also linked down below. But, this is, of course, a general channel reading, which is going to resonate most likely with a lot of people from the collective. This is your time frame. Okay, we've got 2 6s, which are really, really obvious here. We've got a lot of fire energy as well, so there's quite a strong like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy coming through, which is about them taking action, wanting to progress things, not hide away, actually show you that they care. Not just empty words, but taking action. And again, the 6 of Wands is them coming towards you. 6 months from now is going to be a time where you will have had that contact with them. You will know where things are going. So it's within, okay, from now to 6 months. In that time, something is going to happen, obviously, where they will contact you from their own will. They will want to talk to you. They will want to progress things with you. They can unblock you, unghost you, etc. And then 6 months from now, you'll feel pretty good about where things are headed, because by then you'll feel like, okay, we've had contact, we know where we're going, it's all, coming together, and it's going to happen within this year that you're watching this, okay? From within the year you're watching this. That's what I'm seeing, within a year of when you're watching it. Okay, I mean, that's your reading. Amazing. So if it resonates, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Okay, they will come to you. That's very important, an affirmation. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you claim it. Don't forget to check out the description box below for information on personal services, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items. I have TikTok and Instagram. If anyone wants to follow me on there, feel free to do so, as I post short readings on there every single day, and I'll see you all very, very soon. All right, take care everyone, and that's what we have. Bye!